Welcome to Trendverse by Uzma Amin, your destination for the latest trends in AI, online earning, blogging, finance, technology, and future skills. If you want to stay ahead, learn smarter, and grow faster in the digital world, you're in the right place. Subscribe to join our growing community. Like and share to support valuable content. Turn on notifications so you never miss what's next. Let's learn, earn, and grow together.
Ever stop to think about what a barrel of oil really has to do with a bar of gold? I mean, on the surface, they're in completely different universes, right? But believe it or not, there's a fascinating link between them, one that sends major ripples through the entire global economy. So today, we're going to dig into that connection. So here's the big question for today. Whenever you see oil prices shoot up, it feels like almost automatically everyone starts talking about gold and silver. But why? You can't exactly fill your gas tank with a gold coin. So what's really going on here? What's the deal behind this market mystery? Okay, to get a handle on this, let's just look at what's happening right now. The energy market, well, it's pretty tense at the moment. You've got all these global tensions, all these worries about supply chains getting messed up, and it's making oil prices jump all over the place. And whenever oil starts to get this unpredictable, it kicks off a huge chain reaction. And this is the first link in that chain. See, when oil costs more, it's not just about the pain you feel at the gas station. The cost to ship, well, everything goes up. The cost to manufacture things goes up. The cost of energy itself goes up. And when all those costs rise across the board, that is textbook inflation. All right, so inflation is ticking up, and naturally, people start getting nervous about their savings, right? About their money losing its buying power. And that's where this idea of a safe haven asset comes into the picture. It's basically like a financial lifeboat in a stormy sea. It's an investment people flock to when things get turbulent, hoping it'll keep their wealth safe. And what are the classic safe havens? You guessed it. Gold and silver. For literally centuries, whenever the economy gets rocky or inflation spikes, investors have rushed into precious metals. Seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Oil goes up, inflation goes up, so people buy gold. Easy peasy. But is it really that simple? And this is where things get interesting. You see, if it was just that simple, gold would just follow oil's every move, like a shadow. But it doesn't always happen that way. Sometimes oil prices can soar, and gold and silver just don't do much. And that's our big clue that there's more to this story. There are other powerful forces at play here. It's really a constant tug of war. On one hand, you've got rising inflation and all this global uncertainty. That stuff pushes people toward the safety of gold. But then, on the other hand, you've got things like high interest rates. I mean, gold and silver, they just sit there. They don't pay you any interest. So when a government bond or even a savings account is giving you a nice, solid return, suddenly those shiny metals don't look quite as appealing. Okay, so what's the actual connection? Here's the reveal. It's not a straight line from oil to gold. It's a series of steps. First, oil prices have a huge impact on inflation. Then inflation heavily influences what central banks decide to do with interest rates. And that's the final piece of the puzzle. It's the combination of those interest rates and that general feeling of global anxiety that really moves the needle on gold and silver prices. So, at the end of the day, it's not some direct pipeline from the oil field to the gold vault. It's way more interesting than that. It's this complex chain reaction. A move in oil sends a shockwave that travels right through the inflation numbers, then to interest rates, and finally, it hits the precious metals market. Think of it like a set of dominoes, toppling over one after another, right across the entire world of commodities. And this all brings us to a really big question, looking ahead. As we keep dealing with all this tension and economic weirdness around the world, which link in this chain is going to be the strongest? Is it going to be the fear factor, pushing everyone into the safety of gold? Or will high interest rates be too tempting for investors to ignore? Honestly, the answer to that question is probably going to define the markets for a long time to come.